I'll swing back to you in just a bit. Let me just get some thoughts based on all the inputs that we have put out. This is comprehensive information, and I have to commend our investigations editor Manoj Gupta for getting us all these details. Of course, Anvit Srivastava, Ashish Mehrishi, Arunima, Ananya, they've all contributed to try and keep our viewers ahead with lots of information, facts. We just open up the entire scope of this organization's operations. It's not just one small lettering or three-letter word that's Popular Front of India or PFI. There's just a huge hydra that they have tried to keep hidden. Rizwan Saab, let me ask you this, Dr. Syed Rizwan. Why is it that there is a huge resistance to this organization's machinations and intent, even within the Muslim community? There have been many people who first step forward that this organization is up to no good, don't allow them to spread.
No. It's not like that. See, globally, I don't know Commissioner Shah will agree with me or not. Globally, the modus operandi of such organization is same, be it Muslim Brotherhood, be it Taliban also, or be it PFI. They start up as an organization which is to dispense justice and equality in light of Holy Quran and Shariat. And once they entrench themselves, they show their true color. Number one. Number two, the most important submission which I want to make. You mark my words today as a humble person who studies Muslim psyche and these organizations. Some years down the line, such an organization will be a bigger menace for the country than the Kashmir terror. And I can reason it out with you. Kashmir terror was erratic. It was not in a very organized way. It was localized in the Kashmir Valley. Whereas if you see PFI, the time you will understand that it is, we have to take some action. They will be entrenched in whole of India. They will be having branches in whole of India in guise of social work. They will be a more lubricated organization, and later on it won't be possible for the government to weed them out because they will be so well spread in the society. They will homogenize themselves in the society, and it won't be able for us or the government to weed them out. So I use this platform to request the government, then more than the Punjab terror or the Kashmir terror which was localized, the government should take much more stringent, concentrated and consistent steps whereas PFI is concerned, before it gets too late and before we are unable to weed them out and unable to understand who is a member of PFI and who is not a member of PFI.
Now, was that a challenge, Srivastavji? Before I go to Abhijit Iyer, Mitra, Abhishek Banerjee and Rahul Ishwarji, I want to ask you, was that a challenge in your investigations to pin somebody with the PFI? Did they openly come out and say they're members of PFI, SDPI, etc.? Or was this very clandestine?
Yes, in fact, I wanted to talk on this subject. During the investigation of the Northeast riot case, when we searched the premises of PFI, the headquarters, the Delhi unit, the president and the various office bearers who were shown as the office bearers, they were basically a very lowly official, and they had not much, they were not much aware. So this is the way they conceal themselves. Number one, who are working for PFI, the main persons that they conceal. You see, the way they operate is like wherever there is an issue where they can gain foothold, like any riotous situation or anything, they come there, they sympathize with the community, and thereby gain some confidence, and they get close to them, and thereafter they strategize, they organize riots, and also do the funding in such a way. Their funding is never done through the banking channels. It is done through small amounts in cash are given to the person on the ground to carry out the various activities. So this way by not using the banking channels, they don't leave any footprint. They conceal their main office bearers, the main kartas, they conceal them. And also at the same time, their usage of any electronic device like mobile phone, etc., that is minimal or almost non-existent.
Right.
And because of these, gathering good solid investigation is always a challenge.
So then, did you ever feel कि मुझे मालूम है तुम ही कर रहे हो, but how do I prove it? Did you ever get into a situation like that? Srivastava?
Yeah. No, we did get evidence, but to get more solid evidence is always a challenge, as I mentioned to you, because what is important is the funding, the main persons who are. So you would know something, but to get the larger the people who are working from the background, it's always a challenge.
So how do I perfect the art of committing something but never being made culpable for it? Abhijit Iyer Mitra. So how much of thought process would have gone in? How many mistakes they would have had to make to learn from it? Does this also show in the way they evolved as the names that they called? So from Student Islamic Movement of India, they become Indian Mujahideen, and then they become Popular Front of India. Everything is then India, India, India. There is no Mujahideen, there is no Islam involved at all.